This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into today's episode of Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Tuesday, September 20th, and we're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I will speak with Jackie Applegate from Bayer, and she's going to tell us about some of their new innovations that they have taking place in 2022. We will also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day, we are joined now by Jacob Burks from agmarket.net. Jacob, what did you see on the grain markets today?
Mark, there was a lot of confusion here, especially early in the day when we saw these grain markets take off this morning. We ended up seeing the corn market up 13 cents here in December. Corn at the close, 691 area. Soybeans were reluctant to go along at first. We stayed negative most of the morning as the wheat led the way up. But beans ended up closing 15 cents higher here today, 14.76 November. And then all three wheat complexes up 50 to 60 cents. So Chicago wheat led the way. December was 60 cents higher at 8.90 on the close. Kansas City followed in there 50 cents higher as well. December traded up to 9.61, and then you saw the spring wheat come along here 30 cents higher today. So, as far as news stories go, you've got a lot of things out there with Russia and Ukraine. The tensions that continue to escalate. I think that those stories led the way. We have some news that President Biden and his administration will be announcing some plans as a defense against food insecurity. And so I think all these headlines right now have the grain markets, the grain traders, and some of these farm communities really interested in what's going on in the grains right now.
So with those big jumps from the wheat today, do you see that as just maybe a one-day spike, or is that something that we could see continue?
Anytime you see a big spike, for me, in my opinion, in who I deal with and what I'm talking to, my first instincts is to, hey, we needed to defend this. This is an opportunity in the marketing side of things to get something done here. And if you sit back and look at the charts, you can make an argument that we did break out of some of that top line support in the wheat market enough to where you might want to hesitate on making any cash sales right now. But I would still encourage laying some type of protective put strategy or something underneath this market where you can allow it to run, but as opposed to just doing nothing with it. We're highly encouraging guys, to be active. If you look at the charts, you got a pretty strong resistance level of the 200-day moving average and some of these other momentum, opportunities up here above the market that is worth getting something done.
Jacob, right now, harvest wrapping up in Brazil. How do you think that's going to affect the markets overall?
Well, I think that we're not exporting like we should. We're seeing Brazil sneak in there and export more in the first 3 weeks this year than we saw them export last year on a significant number. So, if you go ahead and look at where we are competitive at in the world market, you wouldn't come into the day and guess that we're going to be 50 higher in the wheat, 15 higher in the beans. Right now we're not competitive, and so we've kind of been getting our butt kicked in the global export market. That's why I think the market was so surprised today with such a jump.
Jacob, what did you see today on the livestock side of the markets?
Well, I think the feeder cattle kind of reacted the way we would at the end of the day. So for a long time this morning, I think the cattle market was not sure of the move up in the corn. But we're ended up being $2.25 lower in feeder cattle. So finding some rest. We did close above the 180 level in October at the end. But live cattle, I feel like we're resilient again. Seeing a little bit of support in the live trade for the live cattle. So I think but in the cattle complex, probably reacted like we like it should on the feeders, but fat cattle were pretty resilient. Hog market, just another awesome day out, especially out into the deferred contracts, out into to even go past Q1 here into next year. You've got some really good opportunity, and as the cheaper product, as a cheaper protein right now, they're really catching the bid, and they're really, really strong right now.
And what do you see as the demand picture going forward right now?
Well, I think that the demand is the key to this thing, right? When you think into this week, at the end of this week, whenever we talk about interest rate hikes, the Fed has already said they don't really care what happens to the economy as long as they get inflation controlled. That is going to continue to put pressure. I mean, everything that I'm saying, everything that's in the news, everything that's in the market kind of contradicts what we saw in the grain market today. So, from that perspective, I mean, if we look right now, the stock market's down 462 points as we speak. The dollar index is up 40 cents. Demand's going to be a struggle as we go forward. In all aspects of what we're looking, especially in the cattle market here, to see us still trade over $1.50 in this December fat cattle contract, I think is something that's to me right now surprising. That's why I feel like it's been strong at this point.
He's Jacob Burks from agmarket.net with some more great analysis for us. Jacob, where should our viewers head to if they want to get more from agmarket.net?
It's kind of in our name there. Agmarket.net will get you to where you need to look at. Simply go in there and sign up for a free trial of our intel. That'll kind of let you know a lot about us. You can look us up individually there. If you want to get a hold of me, you can shoot me an email there on our team section, or just give me a holler here, 608-384-5438.
Jacob, thank you so much for the time as always. We'll look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
That was Jacob Burks from agmarket.net. It's time now to turn our attention to the numbers, courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart.
December corn is up 13 3/4 at $6.92 even. November soybeans up 17 1/2 at $14.78 3/4. Soybean meal for December is up $10.10 to $439.40. Soybean oil for December is up 75 cents at $65.91. Chicago wheat is up 63 1/4 at $8.93 3/4. Minneapolis wheat is up 41 even at $9.59 1/4. And Kansas wheat is up 53 1/4 at $9.63 even. December oats up 11 even at $4.13 1/4. On the Merc, live cattle for October up 57 cents at $146.30. Feeder cattle for September down $1.15 at $178.80. Lean hogs for October down 50 cents at $95.97. Pork cutouts for December up 37 cents at $98.52. And Class 3 milk up 1 cent at $19.91.
And that's been a check of our Ag Market Recap here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to take a quick break now, brought to you by our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. And when we come back, I will talk with Jackie Applegate from Bayer. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios. I'm Mark Magnuson. Up next, we're going to visit with Jackie Applegate from Bayer. She's going to tell us about some of the new innovations in their product line and what they're excited about in 2022.
Mark Magnuson with the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm here with Jackie Applegate, who is the president of Bayer North America Crop Science. Jackie, it is day number 1 here at the Farm Progress Show. Just big picture, what are you most excited about here being at the Farm Progress Show here today?
Well, one, we're in the great state of Iowa, which is always exciting. And what I'm excited about is when you come out to Farm Progress, you get to touch the customer. You're hearing from the farmers how the season's been, what's on their mind, and you're talking about the next year. And so it's just great to be out here, and it's a beautiful sunny day.
Now, as Iowans, we know this through and through every day we live it, but when you're here in Iowa, do you just get that general sense that, yes, you are in an ag state that is driven by ag?
You're in an ag state all the way. And I can tell you I know that because I am an Iowa State alumni. I spent many years here. And so when you come to Iowa and you get in the car and you start driving, you see field after field, and you're in God's country.
Jackie, we want to talk today as well, I know, about innovation, just things that Bayer is doing in terms of crop science. What are some of those areas that have you excited right now?
Yeah, innovation. Innovation is the heart of who we are. It's in our DNA. And really this year we have really great technologies to talk about. Our Smart Stacks Pro, which is a corn root room project with RNAi technology, is very exciting. And we have our first full complete launch. We also have our Smart Corn system. And Smart Corn is actually short stature corn. And that's all about 3 principles called PAY: protection, access, and yield. So it gives great sustainability, avoids green snap. At the same time, under high winds, it provides access. You can come in and spray with conventional equipment, a fungicide or a fertilizer. And at the same time, it gives fantastic yields. And it's also very high in nutrients, so it's a good silage product.
And we've learned a lot about the smart corn technology here today. It is very interesting. And the fact, too, that, yes, it's going to be a smaller stock and it looks a little bit different, but you're getting those same yield numbers.
Absolutely. You're getting the same yield numbers. Basically, you have the same amount of nodes, the same type of overall biological mass as tall corn. It's just shorter. And, if you think about it, when it's taking that energy, that it utilizes to grow basically that tall corn, it's not having to put all the energy in to the top above ground, which then allows the overall root mass to even be broader and stronger, which hopefully you'll see helps with drought tolerance and other issues.
Now, when you say the word innovation as well, that immediately leads me to think about technology. And I know sometimes producers can maybe be a little bit, I wouldn't even say they're, not receptive to it, but they're just a little bit hesitant. But have you seen that producers have started to embrace that more as they realize, integrating some technology into what I do can really actually help me in the long run?
I would say that for a farmer today, technology is essential. And I think as, the transparency of how we talk about technology, the benefit it brings to them, the impact that allows them to have greater yields, which then is able to allow them to deliver greater benefits to the consumer. And at the same time, technology allows them to be more sustainable than ever, so it allows to also let them protect the planet. Definitely they're embracing it.
Jackie, we also know that the America Farmers Program is something that's pretty cool because I'll let you explain it. First of all, let's start there. The America's Farmers Program through the Bayer Fund allows some funds to be given out to farmers who then actually get to choose where that money goes in their communities.
Absolutely. The American Farmers Program is something that we've been doing for over 12 years, and we've invested $65 million in the rural communities. And as you stated, the farmer gets to pick where they would like to donate it. So it can actually be in renovating a school that can then be used to teach advanced agricultural practices. It's also been used in examples as for them to give back as first responders and from the perspective of, fire departments or health in the rural community. There's also examples where they've utilized and renovated old school buses that then deliver meals to young people in the communities under 18 in need. So, what we do is allow the farmer to make the decision of where in their community does it bring the greatest impact.
And yes, they know where that money's needed, but then is that important too, just because it allows the farmers then to feel invested in where this money is going?
I always say that when you think about rural communities, is where the money should go is always about their perspective. They live there. They know where they're going to get the biggest bang for their buck. So by allowing them to take ownership of that and make that decision, it drives engagement from their perspective. They also then get the buy-in from the community, and it's their way of giving back in a community in which they live. And that is really powerful. So we need their engagement.
Jackie, an event like Farm Progress, you get to interact with a lot of producers. Is this an important event for Bayer because you guys get to learn something too from those producers?
Absolutely. I've been in this industry for 30 plus years, and every time I get the chance to sit down and talk to a farmer, I learn something new. And that is the beauty. You know, we can only be cutting edge if we're understanding from them what are the things that are plaguing them every day, what's in top of mind for them. And if we're able to take our 7,000 scientists and our 2.5 billion R&D spend and innovate and solve their problems to give them more tools in the toolbox, that's what makes these kind of shows special. It's the people connection.
And Jackie, is there anything else for our viewers, our listeners, that you want to get across about what's exciting about what's going on with Bayer Crop Science right now?
Yeah. Well, just what I'd like to say to the viewers is that, you know, at Bayer, we are fundamentally about health for all, hunger for none. We have been in this industry for 150 plus years, and that we are here for you. And that through our innovation, we're delivering differentiated innovation and technologies that are going to allow the farmers to be successful today, tomorrow, and in the future. And thank you for being our customers.
That was Jackie Applegate from Bayer. As for right now, let's take a look at the ag weather outlook. Here in central Iowa today, it is very, very warm. And in fact, it's very warm across much of the state of Iowa as we have temperatures in the 90s, which is, as you know, a little bit unusual for this time of the year in mid-September. But temperatures will cool off rather quickly, as tomorrow already we could see some double-digit swings as we cool off back down into the 70s. But for right now, let's take a look at what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours.
As you can see from the National Weather Service, it's a scorcher for the state of Iowa today. Temperatures range from the low to upper 90s. Tonight, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Lows overnight should range from the upper 50s to low 70s. Tomorrow, variable cloud cover with chances for showers and storms. Highs will be in the upper 60s to upper 70s. Checking the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will see sunny skies with 67. Shenandoah, mostly sunny with a high around 72. Des Moines, mostly sunny and a high of 73. Albia, sunny and 76. Waterloo, sunny and 71. Clinton, sunshine with 77 for a high.
For a more detailed forecast in your part of the state, check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook. And that also brings us to the end of another episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and you can find our video content and previous episodes of AM/PM on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. Also click on that notification bell to get all of our latest content. And you can listen to our free twice daily market podcast on all of our podcast platforms: Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. On behalf of Riley Smith and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.